brotherly discussions where it's just not a family problem, but a sports problem. This is where we focus on facts, expose flaws in arguments while making it entertaining. I'm Sam Lawrence Pay. On my left-hand side, I have Roderick Blocker, 2015 graduate from the University of Minnesota Duluth with a bachelor's degree in journalism and communications. On my right-hand side, we have Michael Adams, 2013 graduate from the University of Wisconsin, River Falls, double major in accounting and finance. There was a recent ruling in the Tom Brady situation regarding the deflatable footballs in the AFC Championship games against the Colts. Roderick, I would like to get your opinion on the ruling.
Well, you know, my whole opinion on this ruling with the Tom Brady thing, I think it was absolutely correct. You know, he shouldn't have got suspended for no games for the deflated balls because the NFL never had valuable evidence that he told a ball official or any team official with the Patriots to deflate the balls. They only had evidence of conversation that he had with the ball boys, which a quarterback will have those conversations. The only thing that makes me raise my eyebrow and say he possibly should have got 2 games of suspension is when the investigation took place. He messed up his cell phone. He pretty much tampered with evidence because even if they run an investigation and you wasn't the primary suspect, the fact that you damage your cell phone, you still damaging investigation information. And usually you could be an accessory or he knew what happened, but that phone probably had some valuable stuff in there that could have convicted him of a 4-game suspension. But without the clear-cut, hard-fact evidence of that Wells report, whatever they said in there didn't really say, hey, Tom Brady said these exact words or the ball man said these exact words, I think you can't give him no suspension on that. But on the fact that he messed with the investigation, you should have given him at least 1 or 2 games. And I think the Patriots should have been hit harder where for the next 3 years, take away a first round draft pick, but none of the players should have got suspended because it's hard for me to say, just because you're the quarterback, that out of 53 players, this one person got the balls deflated. Because in the second half, they played with the balls regular and he scored more points.
Okay. Well, before we move on to Michael, don't you feel this somewhat disrupts the integrity of the game?
Yeah, it does disrupt the integrity of the game, and that's why I said the franchise should be hit, not an individual player.
Okay.
Because the team, you know, that could be a team philosophy. It's not just Tom Brady saying he, you know, possibly saying he want to play with a smaller ball, because think about other positions. A smaller ball is not always the best.
Right.
You know, and think about the quarterback in the NFL, to throw the ball deeper, yeah, they might want a smaller ball, but it can't be too small because they didn't want to get enough air underneath it to go further enough. So my thing is, it does mess with the integrity of the game, but I'm saying it seemed like they came at one player only, Tom Brady, when it's 10 other players on offense, and then it's 52 other players on the team plus the coach. So that's why I got an issue with it. You can't just say Tom Brady was the only one that knew about the Deflategate in the whole Patriots organization.
Okay. And Michael, what is your opinion on the ruling?
I'm shocked. I'm gonna have to agree with everything Rod say. He's usually a Tom Brady hater, but I will say this. You're right, Sam. The integrity of the game was kind of they didn't have integrity in the game with the Deflategate. If it's true that they had something to do with it. But to me, I don't blame the Patriots. I blame the refs, because the refs before the game, the balls had to be at a certain point. Maybe the Patriots could have paid them off, or Patriots had something to do with the ref, but don't nobody say anything to the refs. And hold on, before you say something quick, also I have to say this. I don't think it had no effect on the game. Because look, Garrett Blount had 148 rushing yards, and I know Chris Carter say, oh, the deflate ball helps you, but to me, it was 17-7 going to halftime. The balls was not deflated in the second half, and they won what? What's that? 28-7? 28-0? Yes, they won 28-0 in the second half without deflated balls. So the deflated balls actually helped the Colts more than they hurt them, because Brady threw a pick with a deflated ball. So to me, it had no effect on the game. That's why I don't know. I just think Patriots should have got hit if it's the integrity of the game, but the refs had something to do with it, and that's why something like this needed to happen, because it shows that they have to start caring more about the game. You have to take your beginning protocols before the game.
All right.
So,
is there anything you would like to add to what Michael just said?
No, I mean, I agree, because, you know, I don't think that the balls had anything to do with the game. And plus, Andrew Luck balls wasn't affected neither. But my thing is, it goes back to the whole Patriots. Everybody in the NFL called them cheaters pretty much because of Spygate and now Deflategate. It's not so much that the Deflategate didn't affect the game, because to me, I agree, it didn't affect the game to make it 45-7. It's just like, next, they may do something that we feel don't affect the game, but they're going to get away with it because
they have a lot of history.
You know, and they New England.
But to me, it's nothing to get away with in this, the Deflategate.
It's
to
not,
me, it's
but
not
it's just
really.
like, it's another thing, like now as another team, and that also comes with team mentioned, like when they play the Patriots. Well, now do we got to check the deflated balls? Now do we got to watch them watch
But to me, you got to do that anyway. That's what I'm saying. The refs, this is a good wake-up call for the refs.
I'm not saying it's the refs. I'm talking about the actual the other teams, like coaches. So now when coaches trying to
Oh
game
yeah, people will be on the Patriots. Patriots have a spotlight on
when
them
it's
this year.
already hard to play against
While
a good
we're
team like
discussing
that.
quarterbacks, you know, I'm a fan of Aaron Rodgers myself. Tom Brady is somewhat the face of the NFL. I'm sure you guys have your top 5 quarterbacks. What is your top 5 quarterbacks in the league? Your list.
Well, you know, to go off of my top 5 quarterbacks, I would say, you know, depending on it, I got 2 type of lists.
Okay.
One of them would be based on solely skill, and if I base that solely on skill, I just switch my 1 and 2 around, which is I put Aaron Rodgers number 1 and Brady number 2. But if I put it solely off productivity, Brady number 1, Rodgers number 2, Manning number 3, Roethlisberger number 4, and Drew Brees number 5. And the reason why I got that order is because of consistency over long periods of time.
Okay.
And you got some people on the outside looking in to me, like the Joe Flacco's of the world, the Andrew Lucks, the Russell Wilson, the Tony Romo's, the Cam Newtons. They all looking from the outside looking in, but they not as consistent. Some weeks, you know, their team could be down, and their teams be out of the game. Versus these elite quarterbacks, even if they're not having such a stellar week, their team still find some way to win. Somehow they in the game to win the game. So like I said, if you go solely on skill, Rodgers is number 1, Brady number 2, Manning number 3, Roethlisberger number 4, Brees number 5. If you're going off productivity, just swap Brady and Rodgers.
And for you, Michael?
Okay, I'm gonna have to say this. My top 5 QBs is similar to his,
Okay.
but he gotta add one person. I'm gonna go in order. As much as I hate to say this, I don't like this player, but I will give him respect. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league. He's number 1. Number 2, I'm gonna have to say Andrew Luck. Skill-wise, because he's on the come up, and Andrew Luck skills are just, man. I love this. He's a rookie. He can run, pass. Number 3, I'm going to go with Peyton Manning. He's a beast. He's a legend. Number 4, Tom Brady, and 5 is Drew Brees. And that's my top 5. And
Andrew Luck is an upcoming, but one thing I try to tell him about Andrew Luck.
So you disagree with him on Andrew Luck
Yeah,
being in
Andrew
that top?
Luck, if you're going to put Andrew Luck in the top 5, then you got to throw Russell Wilson in the top 5.
No.
Then you got to talk about the
Okay, wait.
Flacco's and the Tony Romos of the world. Because,
Why do you disagree with him on Andrew Luck?
Because it's, to me, like I said, it's the consistency factor. Andrew Luck is good. But once again, you look at what he did versus New England in his last 2 playoff appearances. Look what he did versus New England regular season. He's not only is he losing those games by wide margins, he is throwing about 3 or 4 picks in those games. There's 2 playoff games versus New England where he has 7 interceptions. You know, I'm not saying that picks is always bad, but if you're a top caliber quarterback like that with a low caliber defense like he has, you cannot turn the ball over like that. And then if you're gonna turn the ball over like that, you got to make up for it somewhere else. He did versus a Kansas City Chiefs team who didn't really figure it out because they really didn't know much. But when you play against a top team and you turn the ball over like that, you see what Tom Brady did to him, 45-7. I don't care how good you are, when you turn the ball over like that and you got another elite quarterback on the other sideline, it's going to get out of hand. You see these other 5 quarterbacks, besides Drew Brees on this list, he does throw the picks, but he also doubles or triples it with touchdown. Drew Brees got 5 seasons straight when he threw over 30 touchdown passes. 5 in a row. You know, Andrew Luck just got his first one when he threw over 30, and he's young, but Drew Brees also has done, you know, more.
So you feel he underperforms when he plays against top teams?
It's not that he underperforms, it's when he performs against other top quarterbacks. When he plays so bad, his teams, they don't have a shot to win. Versus if Tom Brady played bad versus Peyton Manning, that's not always the case. Because Tom Brady may come back like the one year the Broncos was up on the New England, like 31-7 in New England on a Sunday Night Football game. Tom Brady had a horrible first half. He get sacked, fumble, strip, but in the second half, Tom Brady just turned it on, came back and actually won the game 34-31. What I'm saying is Andrew Luck, we just talked about the AFC Championship game. It was down 17-7 at half. Second half, he started throwing picks. Tom Brady pounding on 45-7. What I'm saying is even if you throw the picks, that's okay, because versus the Chiefs, he threw 4 picks, was down 38-10, came back and won that game. What I'm saying is you got to find a way when you're not playing so good, when the yard's not coming, when the touchdown's not coming, you still got to find a way to bust out a win on it.
Okay, Michael, obviously he's questioning the consistency of Andrew Luck.
See, the thing is, he's getting mixed up the question. I'm not talking about all-time top 5.
Right.
We talking about top 5 going into the season, really. And the reason I put Andrew Luck there is because he has the skills to be the best quarterback in the league. And like I said, he can play when they're down. Don't forget about that Chiefs game where he had 4 touchdowns and 3 picks.
Okay.
Don't forget about that.
About that.
He can come back. The reason I wouldn't put Russell Wilson in there is because, like I said, he has that defense that makes him look good. Don't put me wrong.
So from his perspective, it's more of a team effort for
Russell Wilson had more of a team effort, but don't get me wrong, he's a good player because he got skills too. He can run, pass, but like I said, sometimes a really good defense can hide you. I would love to see Russell Wilson play on a different team without that defense.
I want to ask you, you said sometimes defense can hide you. What about a good offense? Because the coach is known, they mostly known for their offense.
But let me tell you this.
He only put up 7 points. So how's that acceptable? And even versus the
Broncos, we know New England is just the better team.
And even the week before that, in the division round, when they beat the Broncos, the defense is what held the Broncos in check. The Colts offense really wasn't doing nothing. So that's 2 games right there for you.
But you know,
you got Russell Wilson defense.
The reason, because the whole season he gets carried by the defense, Andrew Luck doesn't.
The whole season.
I'm not taking them away from Russell Wilson. That's what I'm putting in the top.
Carried by defense because I remember last year's game versus the Cardinals on Sunday Night Football. Russell Wilson had like 300 passing yards, another 100 rushing yards, and 5 total touchdowns.
I'm not saying about one game. I'm saying Russell Wilson's a good quarterback, but I wouldn't put him as an elite quarterback yet, just because to me he hasn't did anything.
What about his rookie season? 27 touchdowns and 10 picks.
That's good.
More touchdowns than Andrew Luck their rookie season.
I know.
People say that he don't throw the ball that much. He don't throw picks. He just don't turn the ball over. He threw picks in the NFC Championship. That's the only game I know you're going to bring up. But they still found a way to win that game versus another elite quarterback. Something Russell Wilson knows how to do. He still wants his team to come back and win.
I'm not taking nothing away from the Super Bowl champ, Russell Wilson. I'm just saying he's not elite. Andrew Luck is better than him.
And Andrew Luck is on. They both, like I said, they both on the outside looking in. If Andrew Luck is elite, then Russell Wilson is elite by all means of elite.
How?
How's
Andrew Luck, after the first season, Andrew Luck's stats dominates his.
After the first season?
Okay, I actually have a question for you both. Let's say we switch roles. What if Andrew Luck played for the Seattle Seahawks? Do you think you would consider him better than Russell Wilson?
Well, the thing is, I'm not going to say if we switch roles because that argument is pretty simple because Andrew Luck, outside of T.Y. Hilton, now he got Andre Johnson, but he really didn't have big splash receivers anyway. It's just what I try to tell my brother all the time is this. The Colts, it's different schemes for different teams. The Colts really don't got good receivers last year besides T.Y. Hilton. You know, they really don't got breakaway receivers, but their game plan is to spread you out and throw the ball. So even if they got a receiver that's a third string receiver, they meant to just spread you out to throw the ball because they had no run game to think of. Where the Seahawks, you got Russell Wilson lining up on the center, and he got similar caliber receivers as Andrew Luck. They're not as good. They don't create separation, but they not spreading out and they're not able to throw the ball because if you actually look at Seattle, I just saw a stat the other day that said that Seattle receivers, Doug Baldwin and Kurtz, even though they're not that good, they actually had one of the best yards per catch ratios in the NFL because when he did do play action or when they did spread them out, they was able to get open and use their speed down the field, even though they don't do it as often. And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that Andrew Luck is not a good player because he is elite. What I'm saying is it's a different scheme for a different team. You got Marshawn Lynch with Seattle. That's like AP. You might have a good quarterback. Brett Favre had his best season. It wasn't no shock that he was with one of the best running backs ever because it changed up the game plan of how he played football. It makes it a lot different when you have a running back like Marshawn Lynch back there versus a Trent Richardson. Yeah, you're going to air the ball out 40 to 50 times a game. You're going to have 300 yards a game, and you're going to throw for 4,000 yards. Versus Russell Wilson, you look at their pass attempts, he throws the ball 300 less times because of the way his offense is set up. Now with Jimmy Graham, let's see if that changes a little bit.
I still think with Jimmy Graham, his stats still will be similar. Jimmy Graham he does make them better, but what I'm saying is, I'm not taking nothing away from Russell Wilson, because NFL, don't get me wrong, you need a team. It's a team sport, but what I'm saying is about elite quarterbacks is that defense kind of hides Russell Wilson's skills sometimes. It makes him seem better than he is because he's winning. But what I'm saying is...
But it's not even from the winning standpoint with me. It's not about the record.
I'm saying that's the only reason people give Russell Wilson credit is because he's winning.
No, you got to look at the games. He is what we're saying is, it's not only that they're winning.
Yeah,
he is a big part of why they win.
Yeah, he is. You can't put any quarterback behind that and they win. What I'm saying is, his skills to me don't put him at elite level. his stats when they put him at elite level. That's what I'm saying. He's a good quarterback. He's top 10, but he's not top 5. If you said don't play Andrew Luck, then you might as well put Russell Wilson in, and that's what I disagree with. But don't get me wrong, Russell Wilson is a reason why they won a Super Bowl, but I'm saying he's not an elite quarterback. That was the question.
So is Cam Newton an elite quarterback?
Cam Newton is not an elite quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's top 10.
He top
We talking about top 5.
I understand.
Okay.
About top
Yeah,
five,
yeah,
but
we
I know we
mentioned
talk
top
about
five.
We get okay. I'm not gonna say elite because we are getting an elite in top 5. But I'm saying Russell should not be in the top 5. And earlier you said he should if you put Luck in there.
Well, I'm saying
so
Luck shouldn't be in the top 5. I mean, you
Yeah,
can jump
and that's
Romo-
why I disagree.
You can jump Romo ahead of Luck. The Romo.
No,
the late-
Romo's not even better than Cutler. But that's an argument for another
That's a
day.
different argument because
That's an argument for another
that's the
day.
argument
But
because
Romo's not even better than
I mean,
Cutler.
if I had a better option, Cutler wouldn't even be a starting quarterback anymore. There was 30 another quarterback that was actually pretty
That's gonna
good.
be our next topic.
Yeah, that don't even need to be.
Cutler is better than Romo. I don't care what nobody
Okay,
says.
okay. I feel like now we're getting personal about quarterbacks, and like I said, Aaron Rodgers is my favorite quarterback. I'm a Packers fan.
And we all agree he's number 1.
Yes, we all agree.
If we talk about skill, now if we talk about productivity.
Well, I understand
because
your list is on a different level. Skill.
No, not a different level.
No, if we talk about productivity, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback at anything in the
How can you
NFL.
say that? Because to me, in the NFC Championship game,
And I don't even like
he
him.
had the ball. I love Aaron Rodgers, but he had the ball 4 times inside the 10-yard line to kick off field goals.
I know.
But Tom
Okay.
Brady versus that same defense, a couple weeks later, put 14 points up in the quarter. And people been saying the last 2 to 3 years, Seattle only lost 1 game at home in the last 2 games at home in the last 2 years. People been saying, you can't throw in that defense. You can't get past the 50. You got to run the ball, run it down their throat. Well, Tom Brady threw the ball through 2 touchdown passes. No,
Well, that's just him being a legend.
Okay,
He's
okay.
better than Aaron Rodgers.
I actually
all
have a
time.
question
That's
for you guys.
productivity. That's not all time. I'm talking productivity now. That was last year.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about legend. He's still in the game.
Who's your favorite team?
Oh, my favorite team is definitely Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears.
I'm not happy
And
about that right
who
now.
is your favorite team?
The Denver Broncos, I'm a Peyton Manning fan, so it's the
Okay,
Broncos.
well I'm a Packers fan, and the NFL is somewhat unpredictable every season.
Yeah.
So do you guys
for
have
some
any?
teams, it's unpredictable.
Well,
Yeah.
for certain teams, it's
for the
unpredictable.
least, no.
Yeah, for the least, no. Brady, Rodgers, man, they're going to be in the playoffs every year.
Okay, my question to you is: do you guys have season predictions? The season is coming up. pretty
Oh,
soon.
yeah, yes. Let's get into that. Let's get into season predictions.
Division one, yeah, I got that.
What division, what conference?
Actually, we should start with Mike. What
Okay.
are your division predictions? I would like to actually start with the AFC.
Okay, I'm thinking if we go by we go division winners, yeah. I'm gonna say in AFC North, it's between Steelers and Ravens. I'm gonna say Steelers gonna win the AFC North again. Look, who you think will win AFC North?
I would agree with between the Steelers and the Ravens. My thing is whoever can beat the Bengals twice will win that division. 'Cause
So
the
you
Bengals-
up for grabs with this?
Because the Bengals is going to spoil you one of the. I think both of the teams get to the playoffs, Steelers and Ravens. Let's just say that. They both get to the playoffs.
Okay.
But if the Bengals end up beating one of them twice or even once, I think that's going to tilt. Or if the Browns, because the Browns still got a top.
Browns still got a
six
top. Yeah,
defense.
yeah.
So if they lose one against the Bengals or the Browns, that may be the deciding factor. Because they may split, but I
Alright,
think
so
a
you
little
up
bit
for
more
grabs?
towards the Steelers because of their offense.
Yeah.
I mean, they may just put up 30 points a game. So I say the Steelers, but the Ravens, don't be shocked because their defense is top 5 deep. So,
Okay, I got Steelers.
Steelers.
Yep, and
Okay.
then
What about the NFC?
NFC North. Like I told, I'm a Bears fan.
So you have to go with Chicago.
I'm gonna be realistic.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be realistic. I'm a realistic sports
It would be dumb
fan.
to be anything.
Packers is definitely winning the NFC North this
All
year,
right, you won,
and it's
yeah.
not the Vikings for all you Vikings fans. Vikings won't even finish.
See,
second.
a lot of people. I feel a lot of people base the Vikings' success on preseason.
Thank you.
Agree?
They were forward. They the best team ever in preseason,
Okay.
but I got Packers NFC North to make this conversation short.
Well, to make it short, I agree because we already know what I think about Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers minus Jordy Nelson. I tell people he make the receivers good, but to stop his foolishness about this division, the Bears are going to finish last. Let's just get that
That's
out of the way.
never- no, they're not.
They're going to finish last. And second, the Vikings actually are an intriguing team to challenge the Packers now that Dre Nelson is hurt.
Vikings gonna be
Because
trash.
The one thing that Dre Nelson does, he takes his top off the defense. Well, the Vikings is going to have the best defense in this division. Probably the only team that might challenge them defensively in this division is Detroit. Other than that,
Lions.
yeah, and AP coming back, the Vikings will have the best defense in the division. Mark
And
my words.
why do you believe the Lions might challenge them?
Because the Lions got one of the best front sevens in the league.
Don't forget,
And
they got rid of the best defensive lineman in
But
the
they
NFC
replaced him with
North.
Haloti Ngata. So you got somebody who's going to get you less penalties, less drama, but he still has just as high productivity as the Dominican Sue. So
You make a good point, but-
they still they got better, and don't forget they get Tulloch back this year, who missed with an ACL injury. So the Lions, they got like I said, I'm not saying they're gonna be good, but they got the formula. They did lose Sue, but they still got a nucleus around them. And Sue, he did a lot of bone.
I have one question for you though. What makes you think the Vikings will get second place? That's what do Vikings fans see about the Vikings to me? Teddy Bridgewater is a second-year quarterback. What has he did that was so good his rookie year?
When you got a second-year quarterback, last year is a lot easier to get the ball out a lot quicker. So you bring those two things in, not even an additional Mike Wallace who could take the top off the defense.
Okay, don't say Mike Wallace because he didn't do nothing in Miami.
He actually had 10 touchdown passes, 10 touchdown receptions last year. So he did do something in Miami. He just didn't do what you used to see him doing in Pittsburgh. But like I said, right now you bring AP back. Mike Wallace one-on-one, I don't care what you say. One-on-one, that safety is going to be looking in the backfield.
He's a quick receiver.
And then if you don't, what I'm saying is Teddy B doesn't make. Last year, you look at the games, he did have 13 touchdowns, 12 picks, but you look, he didn't have time to throw with the offensive line. He had third and fourth string running backs in. He didn't have.
That's the only thing I'll give him. That's the only thing I'll give you credit for.
So what I'm saying is now he has a nucleus, and then that defense is going to be legit.
The only thing I'll say about about Teddy Bridgewater is he did have the best running back in the NFL last year. So that's the only thing I give him, but I just like with RG3, I was telling people I just don't see him being good for the future, and I'm right. He's getting benched, and that's what I see with Teddy Bridgewater.
You're right. RG3
I hope I'm wrong.
Because when RG3 was healthy,
even if he was healthy, RG3,
and they were about to beat the Legion of Boom. That's not Legion of Boom. But now we deviating from the topic. But NFC North, the Packers will win it,
okay.
But the Vikings could make that division.
To make these quick, I'm gonna just say the division.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about division winners, let's move on to the Super Bowl. Do you guys have any Super Bowl predictions on who's gonna win it all? You guys want to roll two down here. I don't watch football.
Alright.
Cut.
Closest and toughest division this year. I got New England winning it just because that offense is just going to be high potent. But I got the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins right behind them. Like, that division is going to be tough. I don't think no team in that division is going to sweep one team. I think everybody going to split, honestly. Even New England going to split with everybody twice.
The Jets might go 0-6.
See, the Jets got one of the best defenses in the league, so I don't see how that's...
Rex Ryan left. Don't forget about that.
Okay, but Revis is back, and you forget that Todd Bowles was a defensive coordinator in Arizona. He brought that defense up, so...
He right behind, but he has no head coaching experience. It will be a little different for him, so don't forget about that.
Well, he got the players.
So is he a new coach?
He's first-year head coach. For my AFC East, I always tell me every year the Patriots is going to win it, but this year... I will say the Patriots will win it, but it won't be as easy like it usually is. The Bills, I think the Bills are going to be better. The Bills they got, what's the Eagles running back name? I can't get his name. Yeah, LaShawn McCoy.
Okay.
They don't forget that defense was good last year. They still have Mario Williams. The quarterback, I don't think Taylor's that great, but Rex Ryan didn't have quarterbacks in the Jets. They got Sammy Watkins another year.
Chris Clay.
Okay, so you guys' predictions seem very similar.
We got the Patriots. So yeah, we just going to the next division.
Okay, well, focusing on the NFC East, I'll start with you, Mike. What do you have?
I'm gonna say Cowboys, but I'm sick of people giving the Cowboys so much credit.
That's America's team.
Yes, I will say the Cowboys. That division sucks. But the only thing I say about the Cowboys, they lost a running back that was the best running back in the NFL last year. Everyone's saying it was because of offensive line, but they will struggle to win that division with no running game. I don't care how good your offensive line is, you do have to have a good running back behind her too. So that's what I'm saying. Cowboys win the division, but they're not going to be as good as people think.
Right.
Well, last year, just to refute a stat he just said about the Cowboys, because they will win the NFC East with the Giants, right on their heels. They was 13th in rush yards per game at 102. No, I'm sorry, that was my bad. That was in the preseason. Just bringing up the preseason. But last year, they was #1 in the run, yards per game. DeMarco Murray did leave, but what I'm trying to tell people is that offensive line, they back up. Joseph Randle averaged about 4 point yards a carry. Not saying he's going to get 1,500, 1,700 yards, but if you average 4 point yards a carry, that means if we running the rock 2 times a possession, that's 8 yards a possession. That means Tony Romo only got to do 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 3s. So I do think the running game won't lose a step. They may lose the fact that one individual runner is going to be that dominant because he carried the ball almost 400 times. They damn near wear him out. But this year is going to be more balanced, but the run game still going to be just as effective, if not more effective, because when they do select the run, they're going to get big chunks of yards. And if Darren McFadden can stay healthy, I'm going on a limb right now saying he's going to rush for anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 yards. If he can stay healthy behind that offensive line, he will have over 1,000 to 1,200 yards, and he'll be a top 7 to 10 rusher in the league. That's how good the Cowboys' offensive line is.
I think Tony Romo will go back to the old Tony Romo and he will throw more picks. He's not going to do 34 and 9. I really think he's going to do about 30 and 15 to 20. He will go back to the old Tony Romo. Dallas was good last year because they had a good. They ran the back. They ran the football. They ran the football. And don't get me wrong, Tony Romo still had a good season. So I'm not taking that away from him. But what I'm saying is, without DeMarco Murray, I think they will go be a little worse, but they still will win that division.
Okay. Let's focus on the AFC South. Roderick, do you have any predictions?
Yeah, that's the easiest division to predict. The Colts will win that division just because everybody else, the Jaguars, are young and dumb. You know, they gave Julius Thompson the money. He might not be able to play for a good chunk of the season. The Houston Texans are. The Tennessee Titans are young. They get it. We got to see how Mariota do. The Houston Texans are an intriguing team because their defense will be good, but Arian Foster being hurt kind of hurt their shot. But versus the Colts, you're just going to have to put up points, and I just don't see nobody in that division being able to score on a consistent basis more than 20 points a week.
Mike, and I don't think there's a reason I should ask you about the...
Yeah, you already know my answer. They going to be my Super Bowl pick.
You're a Colts fan, so it's obvious who you're going for.
I'm not really a Colts fan, but...
You're an Andrew Luck fan.
Andrew Luck fan, but yeah, Colts definitely.
Okay, well, let's move on to the NFC South. Roderick, what are your predictions?
The NFC South, that's another tough division because I think that's going to either go to Carolina or New Orleans. With Kelvin Benjamin being out, you know, Cam Newton going to have to step up even more than ever. But Drew Brees has to do a bounce back year. I want to see what the Saints going to do because they look like they losing more to finesse, deep ball play. They're trying to get more physical. So I say it's between the Saints and the Panthers. But don't be shocked, you know, if the Buccaneers and the Falcons not make some noise, but make that division interesting. If teams is like 9-7 win that division, because I think it's gonna be a fight. But I say Panthers or Saints.
Panthers or Saints.
Right now, I'm not gonna make a prediction in the division. I'm with you, Panthers or Saints. Just give me until about week 3. But if we want to just so we can have a division winner before the season, I'm gonna just go on a limb and say the Saints because I think they will get back to the regular sales. Drew Brees have a younger core of receivers, no tight end, but I think the Saints will win this division.
Okay, and let's focus on the AFC West. Who do you think is gonna win the AFC West?
Well, the AFC West, you know, my Broncos, I think they are favorites, but I wouldn't be shocked to be honest if the Broncos, you know. I don't want this to happen because I don't think it needs to happen. But Peyton Manning, they may start trying to give him a Tim Duncan treatment so he can last in the playoffs. So if the Chiefs, you know, if the Broncos got a good record at the end and the Chiefs is close and they decide to sit Peyton, I wouldn't be shocked if the Chiefs could win the division, but the Broncos are the favorites to win it because that defense is just going to be nasty. Too nasty.
And Michael?
Yeah, to make mine quick, that division sucks, so I got Denver easily.
Okay, so you agree with Roderick?
I agree with Roger, yes.
Okay, let's focus on the NFC West. I'm going to actually start with you.
The NFC West, to me, people saying Seahawks, but it will be a little harder than people think. Cardinals and 49ers will get them a run.
Okay.
The Rams, I think they may be a quarterback away and a few years away because they do have a good young defense. But I'm going to say Seahawks just because they added Jimmy Graham, Russell Wilson's a year older, and that defense ain't going nowhere. I know Chancellor might be leaving, but Sherman's still there. They still have good quality defensive players. So I'm going with Seattle.
Seattle?
That was easy, you know, because I think the 49ers, they took a step back with all the players they lost. Firing Jim Harbaugh. You know, Kaepernick is inconsistent. He my guy, but some weeks he looked like he just one of the best quarterbacks that can do multiple things, and then other weeks he looked like he just limited. So I think Seattle going in that division. The Cardinals, I think people need to watch out for that because I think their defense is going to be a lot better than what people expect.
Okay, and Mike, you did you made a statement about your Super Bowl pick. You said you're going with who?
For the AFC, I think Andrew Luck is still helping. I got Colts going to the Super Bowl this year.
Wow,
okay, so that is your Super Bowl prediction. Colts going to the Super Bowl.
Colts going to Super Bowl in the AFC.
Okay, and
that's just sick to me because I mean I just think the Colts are the third or maybe the fourth best team in the AFC behind. You got the Broncos, the Patriots, and even I would even say right now the Steelers and Colts. They would be even for me for my playoff chances, but the favorites in the AFC is either the Broncos and Patriots right now, as of right now. Those are the favorites because, like I said, Denver's defense, and then you let alone with the offense, the new run-style game that they're about to employ versus the Colts. Andrew Luck, once again, the offense is going to be high-powered. Andre Johnson, T.Y. Hilton, Frank Gore. But that defense, if you can't stop nobody, you're not going to always score versus another elite defense. And if you can't stop nobody, it can get ugly. Ask them versus Roethlisberger versus Tom Brady, it can get ugly.
See, the thing about predicting for NFL, like you said it earlier, it's hard because the NFL is not like the NBA. It's like it's different every year.
It is.
So that's why it's hard for me to pick now the Super Bowl pick.
It is, but
I
a lot
got
of
the
people
Colts.
saying the Colts, and the reason why to me too is the Colts get home field advantage. You look at the top offenses that's usually in the AFC. The Colts get home field advantage. Who wouldn't like to go play Indianapolis in January? I know Peyton Manning would like to beat him in the AFC Championship in his own home and then go to Super Bowl versus all team, you know, because that'll happen.
I just think Peyton Manning's he's a great quarterback. But he's not a playoff performer. He has a losing record in the playoffs. So that's why I don't believe Peyton in the playoffs.
I just tell
but
people
he's a great
quarterbacks
quarterback.
have records in the playoffs. So I think the record in the playoffs that's just good to me because some quarterbacks like Cutler took him 9 years to get a record in the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay, there seems to be this tension between Peyton Manning and Jay Cutler. We're gonna have to talk about that another time.
I wouldn't get in that conversation because Cutler don't. They're not comparable.
They're not
I compare
comparable.
him Cutler to Flacco and Romo because people give him credit. So that's Cutler better than those quarterbacks, but he's
Okay.
not better than the elite we name.
Well, I just don't see how 5-11 is better than the likes of 12-4, 10-6 teams that stat wise because when you get beat 40-12, you can chuck up 50 passes a game and get 300 yards. So I mean, I don't know. That's
a conversation for another day. But
It is a conversation.
we still get our
for
NFC
another day.
pick. You go NFC first.
And which NFC pick?
NFC Super Bowl
Super
pick.
Bowl
We
pick.
both pick Colts.
No, I didn't pick the Colts. I said the Broncos.
Oh, you said Broncos Pace. I said Colts. Okay.
You said the Colts.
Okay.
And the AFC and the NFC, it really comes down to three teams for me: Seahawks, Cowboys, or the Packers. And like I said, the dark horses I can look at in the AFC and the NFC. The NFC is so open. I even say sleepers are the Vikings or Giants. But the three teams that to look at, the three
Ooh, that was funny. Said the Vikings.
the three teams to look at: the Seahawks number 1, the Packers number 2, and then the Cowboys number 3. And, depending on who gets home field, that could switch.
You obviously think what he said was humorous.
It was when he said that when you put the Vikings in the same sense as Super Bowls, that's just humorous to me. But for my NFC teams, the NFC is to me weaker this year for like the first time in a few years. So I agree with him. I got Packers, Seahawks, or Cowboys. As much as I hate to say Dallas, to me the NFC really don't have any other teams besides those three that really can show me that they're going to be good at the start of the season. Because I know the NFL is different, but I don't see like the Falcons being good or like the Saints even doing good in the playoffs.
Bears.
Yeah, the Bears, they won't be as good because they won't be as good this year. But I'm with you. It's hard for me to do NFC. But if I had to say, I'll say we'll see a Colts in the Seahawks Super Bowl.
Colts.
And it's hard to go to Super Bowl 3 years in a row.
And I'd say we would see Broncos Cowboys. That's just my early season feeling right now. Broncos Cowboys or Broncos Patriots or Broncos Packers.
But to piggyback on Seahawks, no team has won the Super Bowl 3 years in a row since 1992 when the Bills went to 4 straight Super Bowls. So 3 years in a row Super Bowls is hard to do.
Yeah, we know it's hard to do. That's why I said
No team has went to 3 straight.
Cowboys, and you see, and the reason I say Minnesota because people like him laugh. What I'm saying is Minnesota get into the playoffs. Say if they get a decent record, and you come to TCF Bank Stadium where it's a home game for the Vikings. And they don't got a dome now. AP runs the ball. Even if they go to
The thing
Seattle,
is,
you gotta go to Seattle. AP runs the ball. So what I'm telling people is I don't know how good AP is gonna be, but I just think that he gonna be just as good as he was a couple years ago because the dude tore his ACL, only missed 6-7 months, came back and only rushed for like 2,000 yards.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. He wasn't hurt last
He's a
year.
running back.
He was chilling.
He's a running back in the NFL. He's a year older. He hasn't played basically in the whole. He didn't play last
Well,
season
wouldn't that
basically.
suit him good because he hasn't played? So
He hasn't played, but he's a year older too. He's a year older.
Okay, but it was an injury, so yeah,
it was an injury.
He had an older age, but just think if they told you you didn't have to work for a whole year.
And-
What if your job told you didn't have to work for a whole year, and you got older versus a year, but now you don't got wear and tear on your body. So don't you think you probably be in fitness shape better?
Yeah,
Probably be
he is more fit,
mentally
but he is more fit. But the reason my problem with the Vikings is this year their defense is better, but to me, offensive they still questions because the passing game to me still is not that good because Teddy Bridgewater still has to prove to me that he can pass the ball. Like you say, he was 13-12
Well,
last year.
Brett Favre proved you because Brett Favre's second year was a disaster in Minnesota. His first year was a good pet when AP was there.
But I called Brett Favre was gonna have a terrible second year because people found out what the Vikings did.
To me, the passing game won't be an issue unless Teddy B can't be consistent. And last year, he showed us consistency. It was just he did.
What consistency did he show you?
He look at it.
He had
13 touchdowns, 12 picks. He was consistent in the games he started. He just didn't have the weapons defense and the
Yeah, next year he has the weapons. And
so consistency wasn't the issue for him. It was the lack of talent. Now you got the talent. And
next Monday, I'm going to show you. By the way, next Monday is my birthday, so I'm going to watch that game. I'm going to be at B-Dubs or I'm going to be at Applebee's, and we're going to watch that game, and I guarantee San Francisco win that game. San Francisco will beat the Vikings.
It's at San Fran, and I'm not
it's San Francisco because people think Vikings will be so good.
They won't, but
if they going to be so good, they need to win that game.
Kaepernick struggled versus a team with speed, and the Vikings has it on defense.
The Vikings secondary suspect this year.
I'm actually going to predict the Vikings to win that game.
So you're predicting the Vikings to win that game?
You know, depending on, you know, injuries can happen, but as of now, I'm leaning towards the Vikings. I gotta kind of see the final rosters and what teams are trying to do. But as of now, going to the game, I got the Vikings winning.
Defensively, Vikings is
the 49ers defense is finna. They got holes. Dante Whitney's no longer there. Alden Smith's no longer there. Patrick Willis is no longer there. Navarro Bowman is coming back off an ACL injury. He hasn't played the whole year. They lost that Borland kid who stepped in last year for Navarro Bowman. So they just lost so many pieces. Plus, they lost a great coach in Jim Harbaugh. Now you got John Tom Sula. And you think they finna win next week? I just don't know. I think the Vikings, I don't know. Zimmer, and they didn't have much to work with last year. He still made that team competitive. That's what's making it eye-open to me.
Okay. You mentioned something about the NBA. I understand that we're focused on the NFL right now. I would actually like to talk about a situation that happened between a sports analyst I like to watch, Shaquille O'Neal, got in a debate with Scottie Pippen over Twitter. Hold on,
Cut for a minute.
What?
Real quick.
You know, I'm sure we all use social media. I'm a huge fan of social media. I have a Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. There was a recent situation where Shaquille O'Neal, back in July, I believe, I just wanted to get you guys insight on this situation, posted a picture of 5 Lakers players saying he would beat 5 of the Bulls players by 50 points. The Lakers players that he listed were Elgin Baylor, Kareem, Shaquille O'Neal himself, and Kobe Bryant, and Magic Johnson. And he had Derrick Rose, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Dennis Rodman. He said he would beat them by 50 points. Mike and Rod, what do you guys...
You want to start?
What do you guys believe about his statement?
You can go ahead and take it.
I'll make a brief statement. At first, the argument, I thought it was going to be all-time teams.
Right.
And I was saying you can't compare all-time teams just because all-time teams is different because everyone don't have all great players in their franchise.
Right.
But with the teams you just named, I
mean, that's a pretty absurd statement, though. Like 50
yeah,
points.
About 50. The thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I see what people mean. We all Jordan kids, so everyone give Jordan like he's just Jordan is the best ever. But we act like Jordan was just invincible. But to me, any team with Jordan will not lose by 50 points.
Right. He was basically saying it would be barbecue chicken. That's
yes.
his favorite saying.
And I agree with Rob. I think this 5 would beat the Lakers. But the only thing I disagree with Rob with before I let you go is basically you talking about the matchups. You disrespecting Magic Johnson thinking Pippen would just lock him up. I know in '91 Pippen did good, but don't forget, Magic in his prime, Pippen won't lock him up. Jordan would lock up Kobe. I don't care what you say. Jordan is better, but he wouldn't lock up Kobe, and I'm not going to let you disrespect my boy like that.
Yeah, I'm a Kobe Bryant fan myself.
Yeah, Derrick Rose and Elgin Baylor would be a good matchup. Don't think Elgin Baylor was a bum. He scored 71 points in the game, so the mismatch is Shaq and Kareem. Robin and Horace Grant couldn't guard Shaq and Kareem.
So what would be your lineup?
This would be my lineup. I think the Bulls will win just because that man Michael Jordan was just a beast. And,
so you would have Kobe Bryant guarding Michael Jordan?
Yeah. And Michael Jordan, I don't think he'll lose that game for some reason. But let's hear your take, and I'm gonna argue off your take. What do you think?
What do you think about what Shaq?
First off, I just want to tell the camera I think Shaq is crazy. I think Shaq is the best big man of all time, but I think he's sick.
He's not the best big man of all time.
I think he's sick in the head for a few reasons. First off, they would never beat the Bulls by 50. Second of all, the Bulls would beat them probably by double digits. Third reason, I refute everything Mike just said. I don't even want him to agree on this topic because it sounds like he thinks the Lakers would win because Elgin Baylor scored 71 points in the game. Probably when they didn't have 3-point shots. Magic Johnson wouldn't get shut down. What I'm basing this off, solely I'm basing this off, I don't care about what they did individually. I'm talking about what they did when they was in their primes with teams. I've seen Magic Johnson get swept in the finals before. I've seen Shaq and Kobe be the most dominant players on two teams and lose to a series with nobodies, had no all-stars, and lose 4-1. I've seen those things. I never saw Jordan lose in the finals first off. I never seen Michael Jordan get blown out by 50 in a playoff series. Even when he had weak people, he scored 63 in the Garden on the Celtics, and they knew who he was. And I also never seen no Lakers team win 72 games and 10 losses with the team he had in 96, who really they didn't have any all-pro players. Now you put Derrick Rose on this team, and you think Elgin Baylor playing from the 60s or the 70s can guard Derrick Rose, a point guard that will go up over any 7-footer in the league. So off the pick and roll, okay, I'm going to just give you an example. In 2000, Iverson, one-man wrecking crew, averaged 35 points per game versus top-heavy Lakers team. 2001 had nobody. Went against the top-heavy Lakers team, and Shaq, they couldn't even stop one man. So now you got Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time, the god of basketball as far as I'm concerned. If anybody else say anything different, they just don't know the game. Second, Derrick Rose, one of the best pick-and-roll point guards in the NBA. How is Shaq going to be able to defend that? How is Kareem going to be able to defend that? Yeah, you can't stop them offensively, but even then, when it's a missed shot, Shaq and Kareem not getting every rebound because, I'm sorry, Dennis Rodman is on the floor. And even when Shaq was in his prime with the Magic and he with the Lakers, Dennis Rodman won.
Rodman was still getting rebounds. Yes.
My point exactly. So what I'm saying is, even when Shaq was slimmer, fit, and more athletic when he came out of LSU, Dennis Rodman was still winning rebound title after rebound title after rebound title. So besides Shaq and Kareem in the post scoring day 20, when shots is missed by Kobe shooting 9 for 36. Dennis Rodman probably getting 60%.
But don't forget, Kobe his prime was a monster.
A monster of what?
I mean,
Kobe
well,
got
that's something we would have to.
And then you want to talk about, I don't think Jordan locked him up. All I got to do is say the 08 finals, what the Celtics did to him. It would have never happened to Jordan. And for you to sit here and say that Jordan would not Kobe, but James Posey, oh my God.
Time out.
Oh my God.
Jordan would not like Kobe up. Don't disrespect Kobe like that. Jordan is better than Kobe. That's why I think the Bulls will win. Not even because before Jordan got, it's just because Jordan to me was just a great winner, and Pippen was a great
Kobe
winner.
Kobe have to guard Jordan, and you tell me
Kobe have to guard Jordan, and no, you can't do it. But what I'm saying is, you act like the Bulls will blow them up by 20. No, they won't. It'll be like a close game, and Shaq is just dumb. I don't care how great he is. He's dumb. You will not beat this team by 50.
Yeah, I think that was absurd.
But to me, I would rather compare teams. I would rather compare all time like a team like 96 Bulls versus 2000 Lakers. That's better than comparing all time teams.
You can't compare those teams.
Why can't you compare like a certain team to a certain team?
No, I see what you're saying, but the 96 Bulls not comparable to no team.
No, but what I'm saying, no, actually the best Bulls team was the 92 Bulls, not the 92.
Well, they might be compared to themselves, but I'm saying they're not compared to any other.
Yeah, no, the 96 Bulls had the best accomplishment, but to me that wasn't even the best Bulls teams if people want to really get to it. So I just bought 96 in.
And then, like I said, Jordan wouldn't give you that because he was an underdog versus Suns. Dude only averaged 40 points a game in the finals. He would probably average 50 in this game. 50.
Yes, this game will be close to me. I think the Bulls will win just because, like I said, Jordan he will outmatch Kobe. He will outmatch Kobe. He won't dominate. He will outmatch Kobe. Pippen will do good on Magic. Pippen will do good on Magic.
What I'm saying is Jordan is going to outdo Kobe because Jordan's going to score 50. Kobe's going to score like 15 because on this team, Kobe is probably the third, maybe the fourth.
Kobe actually the best scorer on this team, but he will give the ball to Shaq. Yeah.
Kareem and Shaq are the first two.
Kareem and Shaq are the first two options.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense if you have two dominant big men, to give the ball.
But I think
if Kareem and Shaq was on Jordan's team, Jordan would still be.
But I think defensively, like one thing I agree with you, defensively, Kareem and Shaq was not good pick and roll defenders. So Jordan and Rose coming off the pick and roll would dominate Shaq.
And don't even forget about
Kareem.
Scotty. When Jordan left, Scotty won 55 games. So I don't like Scotty couldn't put the ball in the bucket. This would not be a good matchup for them.
Scotty put the ball in the bucket, but don't forget, Rod. Jordan bailed him out a lot of things.
Magic Johnson's not a 3-point shooter.
But Magic Johnson was so good at being a facilitator.
He's more of a facilitator.
What I'm saying is Scotty can sag off him with that wingspan and help out in the post.
Don't forget, Magic can hit the open three though. And Rod, you never heard of Showtime? Magic Johnson can run that break. Kobe's on the wing. Elgin Baylor's on the wing. Don't disrespect these great players. Jordan is the best ever, but don't disrespect
I'm not
Magic.
Disrespecting him.
Just because Magic wasn't dunking on people, Magic is the best point guard of all
time,
time,
right? Finals, though, he got swept.
He got swept in two finals.
I just don't know, like, man.
But that don't take away how great he is.
I look at you getting swept. I know he's a great, but I'm just saying, like, man.
But don't forget, don't get Pippen, like, I give Pippen credit, don't give him all this credit, because don't forget, when Jordan wasn't there, Pippen lost to Kobe and Shaq, so don't forget that.
with the Blazers. That was a whole different team, a whole different coach. And don't forget they had Phil Jackson. Who got Phil Jackson on this team? And they got Pat Riley. So we don't know. All I'm saying is
Those are two great coaches.
Yeah.
What I'm saying
Okay, the Bulls will win. I agree with you. The Bulls will win, but I just like how you disrespecting
I'm not
Magic,
disrespecting,
Kobe,
what I'm saying
and
is
Elgin Baylor.
what the Bulls did to teams. The Utah Jazz was known. In Game 2 of the Finals in '98, they scored 55 points. That's unheard
Game
of.
3 in '98.
Game 3 in '98, my bad. Game 55 points. That's unheard of. Teams scored that in the half. They scored that in the whole game. Jordan
And the Bulls was an underdog that
Jordan
year.
was just on teams that did stuff that I'm sorry. Magic's top 5 players, Shaq and Kareem, they top 10, Kobe top. I just never seen none of them do what Jordan did. I mean, Kobe might score 81, 623 quarters, but that's from a score mentality with a soft NBA. Michael Jordan and them, they straight dominated. They dominated the 90s. This Bulls team dominated, and then you added Derrick Rose in there. You know what he did in his 2011 season for MVP? He single-handedly won 60 games in the season.
And I know Rodman can score that good, but people forget this dude had 7 straight rebounding titles, so he will rebound over Shaq and Kareem. Don't forget, Shaq and Kareem they wasn't known for like great rebounders. They was just centers that could rebound.
What I'm saying is I don't know. I mean, this team kind of resembles a Warriors team where they go on small ball, but then they also got power and they also got Rodman played bigger than he was back in the 90s.
And everybody seems to be athletic.
Rodman could lock up Shaq, but don't forget he gave Shaq problems. Look at the tape. He gave Shaq problems. And in '96 finals, Shaq dominated, but he gave Shaq problems. So Shaq would just dominate him like he would dominate the Tom McCall.
My whole thing is Derrick Rose is the X factor for me. Because for me, Derrick Rose is the X factor because him and Elgin Baylor, Elgin Baylor's a great, but what I'm telling you is I would give Derrick Rose a little bit more confidence with even guarding Kobe and putting Jordan on Elgin Baylor who's smaller.
So who would guard Kobe?
But Kobe, I said I would either put I would be able to put Derrick Rose on Kobe because nowadays you got that with guard more like.
Yeah, but in Kobe's prime he would dominate Derrick Rose.
I wouldn't say dominate.
Right, he would dominate.
Guard Kobe.
And Kobe used to dominate.
Dominate because Iverson would dominate him, so man, it was an even wash.
I know, but Rod, Kobe his prime is better than Derrick Rose. I don't care what you say.
Derrick Rose.
They both get MVPs, but Kobe's way better than Derrick Rose in his prime. Yes, in Kobe's prime he be able to guard Derrick Rose.
Please would you stop?
In Kobe's prime he be able to guard Derrick Rose.
LeBron wasn't even able to guard Derrick Rose one-on-one, and LeBron in his prime.
I'm saying, but Kobe get better beat than LeBron though.
LeBron was winning MVP after MVP. Derrick Rose, as far as I'm concerned, him and Westbrook, and we already went over it, they cannot be guarded.
Yes,
Kobe tried to guard Westbrook.
Kobe can stay in front of them because Kobe's old now. But right, in Kobe's prime he had D. People forget Kobe had D.
If Derrick Rose jump shots on Kobe, has no chance to guard him. I don't care if he was in his prime. I don't care.
So who has a better chance to guard each other? Kobe guard Derrick Rose or Rose on Kobe? So you think Rose have a better chance to guard Kobe than Kobe have a better chance to guard Rose?
Kobe shoot himself out of matchups sometimes.
So Kobe didn't get to the hole early in his career. He didn't score 81 off all jumpers.
He's not getting to the hole.
Kobe was unguardable from 2005 until 2009. He was unguardable. And people say all he do is shoot threes and all he do is shoot jumpers. He was getting to the hole dunking on people too.
Kobe did have a stint where he was dominant when it came to scoring. But what I'm telling you is he's not getting on that amount of shots.
And I'm
like
regarding Jordan the best setter, but Kobe just as great as a scorer as Jordan.
Stop.
Jordan just got better intangibles. Yes, you disrespected Kobe.
What I'm telling you is he would be a third option. Kobe was a good scorer from 05 to 09, but he was shooting like 36 plus shots a game. 15 for 36.
He wouldn't shoot 36 shots plus a game, so don't.
In the high 30s.
See, we need statistics. You know.
We can bring up statistics, but I bring them up. Where Kobe led the league in shot attempts by at least 200 shots in those years that Jordan.
But I never seen. Don't get it wrong. He's not better than Jordan. I said he just as good as a scorer, almost up there with him as scorer as Jordan. Because don't forget, from 05 to 09, Kobe was literally the best player in the league, and then LeBron just started taking off in 09.
That's debatable.
So who was better than Kobe from 05 to 09?
Well, I mean, there was a few people better than Kobe.
Go ahead, let me know.
You had T-Mac that was compared with him.
Tracy
McGrady when they played him.
Tracy McGrady was good for 2 years, 02 to 04. Other than that, T-Mac was nothing.
When it came hand to hand, Kobe was like I said once again. When you talk about productivity, Kobe was probably the best. But there was a few cats that could ball with Kobe.
No, who?
From 05 to 09.
Oh yeah.
What did he do in 05 to 09? Why did he?
Oh no, he didn't win the title. I'm talking about who's the best player. Kobe, he wasn't winning, but he was the best player from 05 to 09. That's just not even arguable.
Well, I don't even know.
Whoever's going to argue that?
If you was the best player, the way he went on that finals, the best player don't go out in the finals like that. I just don't know.
Oh yeah,
They don't go out like that. They just don't go out like that.
That's one reason that I do give Jordan, even Pippen, a lot more credit because they didn't lose in the finals and they wasn't the.
And then even like you losing in the first round, you're the best player, but you was losing in the first round. Leagues get past the first round series, don't be an AC. I just don't see how you can be the best player in the league and you was the AC. That's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah productivity wise, for what he had, the talent he had around him, but I'm just saying you're the best. Because when Jordan played with people like Judd Bushler, They rosters weren't comparable, but he was still winning 50, 60 games. They wasn't an ace seed, and it was talent back there. So what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to figure out what the best equates to. Maybe it equates to scoring 81 in a game. I don't know. Versus Chris Bosh or Toronto Raptors.
We both agree the Bulls will win, but they wouldn't blow them out.
So
like,
I said for the best 7 series, Jordan would end it in 6.
The Lakers wouldn't even win the game. Shaq is tripping.
It wouldn't go 7. It wouldn't go to a 7-game series.
If they play the best of 7, this Bulls team will probably win in 6. Because Jordan didn't go to game 7s in the finals.
Okay.
Jordan never went to a game 7 in the finals.
So you guys both agree the matchup doesn't really work?
The matchup, yeah, the Bulls will win, but it'll be closer than people think. Because Magic was a beast in the 80s. Kobe's a beast. Elgin Baylor was a beast. Shaq Kareem's a beast.
Okay.
But
I say the will of Jordan winning. Scotty, Jordan pushing Scotty up. And, Dennis Rodman and Horace Grant knowing their roles, because I think Shaq can get jealous if Kareem started to take over. That's another thing you got to look at.
Rodman knew his role.
He's a little egotistic.
Knew their roles, and Derrick Rose, all I'm saying is Derrick Rose, all the pick and roll situation. Between him and Jordan, because Jordan mid-range jump shot, one of the best that we've ever seen. Between him and Jordan, with Derrick Rose getting to the right, I think that they could possibly score 70 of the Bulls points, and then Scotty could throw whatever he needed to throw in. You get whatever you need from Horace and Pippen. Because what Rose would do, Elgin Baylor would not. He doesn't have the foot speed. He doesn't have the athleticism. Yeah, he was, for his time, he was a great. But what Derrick Rose did, there's 2 guards that can't even fathom staying in front of Derrick Rose with their strength, with their size.
See,
they can't.
The thing about people, they think athleticism, just your athleticism, you go dominate. Don't get Rose can't shoot. So if
So if they limit his game.
I'm saying Rose can't. That's what messes Rose up last year. Rose can't shoot the basketball. Rose can't shoot to me.
I mean, he recently just became a shooter.
Rose can't shoot. He can hit jumpers. People go because he get jumpers. Rose can't shoot.
That doesn't mean
his MVP season, he was hitting more shots than he gets to the hole with.
Can't shoot. When you say can't shoot, Tony Allen can't shoot. You'll leave him open. Rose can't shoot. You don't leave.
No, you can. Did you see last season? Rose from 3 was terrible.
Rose recently became.
Yes, Rose is my second favorite player. But what I'm saying is, don't give him all this respect. There, Rose got to do a little bit more to be called like a great. He's
Westbrook's not on the shoot, but you don't give him that mid-range jump.
Actually, Westbrook can shoot better than Rose.
Mid-range.
He can shoot better than Rose. Period.
Look at the field goal percentage. They didn't tell me if he can shoot better. I'm saying they're about the same. It's just Rose shoot different type of shots. Once again, Rose will shoot. Any shot Rose wants versus Elgin Baylor, he will get. That's not the case versus Elgin Baylor.
What I'm saying, don't give Rose all this credit, disrespect Magic Johnson, because he had 5 rings. Rose ain't even been to the finals yet.
I'm not disrespecting Magic.
So don't give Rose. I love Rose. Don't give him all this credit.
The matchup that Magic has is harder than the matchup that Rose.
But Rod, who go guard Magic? He's 6'9", can handle the ball. Showtime, fast break.
6'8", athletic,
but Rod,
strong as ever.
Scotty would see people gotta understand. 91 finals. I got it on tape. Scotty locked him up in game 2, but Jordan was guarding him the whole series. It's just in game 1, Jordan was locking him up. It's just he was passing over Jordan, and Jordan was doing all the scoring. So Phil Jackson had to put Scotty on because Scotty wasn't scoring. Jordan was doing all the scoring. That's what you gotta understand. Scotty did not lock up Magic. He did good on him in game 2, and he was just slowing him down. But people understand Magic is a beast.
Just like Andre Iguodala wasn't stopping LeBron in his last finals, but when he was on LeBron, stuff was made way more difficult. It's not always about locking somebody up because you're not going to lock a great player up. But when Andre Iguodala was in the game, he wasn't doing what he was doing to Draymond Green. And,
he made it hard.
He was doing the Harrison Barnes. That's what Pippen would do him with that limp.
What I'm saying, in his prime,
size.
Magic would be able to do more things on Pippen. Like Magic really couldn't move in that series. He was just passive. But don't get Magic can get to the hole. He had a handle. So don't act like Magic will be able to score on Pippen. He'll be able to score easily on Pippen.
Maybe it'll be close, but like I said, Jordan would end it, and I'm probably just going off of Shaq words because Magic didn't say all this. This was Shaq.
Because Magic know better. He know about Jordan.
It just wouldn't be by 50.
Even Kobe and Shaq. That because Shaq is done. To me, Shaq, I'm sick of him just, no, I'm sick of Shaq, seriously. I'm calling Shaq because I'm just sick of him being cocky. He's just voicing his opinion, basically. He's just being cocky, like he was just, he was great, but to me, he's not even the best center of all time. I don't agree with that. He's not the best center. He's not the best center on this team. So we can end it at that. I don't care.
Well, there you have it. Brotherly discussion. I have Michael and Roderick. Like I said, it's not just a family issue, it's a sports issue. We focus on facts, exploit flaws in arguments. I'm stuttering this shit. Cut it, bro. Well, there you have it, folks. Like I said, this is Brotherly Differences. I have Roderick Blocker, Michael Adams. It's not just a family problem, it's a sports problem. This is where we focus on facts, exploit flaws in arguments, and also make it entertaining. If you guys do have any topics you would like to be discussed, reach out to the Facebook page. It's called Brotherly Differences. Thank you. I'm Sam Lawrence Pay. See you guys again.